big thing is right here. This is the result, I'm going to say the result of tire shake multiple times, a lot of power. The other side is fine. We are going to sand that down. One thing with the powder coat is sometimes it can hide when a problem is starting to develop, but we're going to sand that side down too to look at that, but it's not a easy fix. I mean, the tub has to come out. You can see where this bar is pushed back quarter of an inch, and I don't even know. I mean, if there is any part of that bar that is still attached, I would be surprised, but you can see all the cracking here. I don't know if you can see, but this is bowed out from pushing or pulling this 4-link bar back, pushing the bottom in. I mean, it definitely, Bobby has his work cut out for him with that. All this wiring is going to need removed. We're going to have to get it in the air, get the tub out of it. And I don't know, like, that does not look promising to have this thing ready to go to be a drag week in a couple weeks. So, I mean, we're going to have to probably come up with an alternative plan, but we are going to get, we did get stuff moved around so that can get it up on the 2-post hoist, but we're getting this engine out of here today. Send that to Steve to get freshened. Transmission out of there. I guess we're gonna have to start looking. I mean, 1.0 is ready to go. We got to start looking at options for drag week, because I mean, literally, there's only in 2 weeks, and I mean, that is not going to be an easy fix. It is in probably the worst possible spot on the car to get to try and fix it. The other is also the, I would say that is the, I'd call it the main part of the car. Like, that is everything starts there. You start with 4-link brackets and locating those when you put it on the jig to start using the car. We're gonna have to see, we might have to pull that, the dart, Jenna's dart, off of the jig to get it up on there once we get into it further. But like, definitely time is not on our side with that, but we'll take you through. I mean, we'll take you through how that happened. Like, I mean, where we're at with this, and tire shake. I mean, tire shake is probably the number one. Power definitely is being applied there. A lot of power gets applied there, but tire shake does a lot of crazy things to cars, and the amount of tire shake we've gone through lately, that shows the result of it. And we finally were getting to where we don't have tire shake. Well, now we got this issue. All right, guys, we are set up at NMCA Norwalk at the Norwalk Summer Raceway Park. We have 2.0 here. We got Aiden's car here, the Deuce Box. We're running the Sick Shootout, so we got 8 cars in it. We got no camera crew this weekend, so we'll put the GoPros in the car, and then you're gonna get everything from my point of view, because I'm the camera guy this weekend, taking care of stuff. So, hey, thanks for watching, and hey, you know what? Oh, new shirt on the website too, 666. Alien Encounter. If you know anything about that, when we were driving the gas, or Luke and I back, we literally feel like either the government or aliens, one or two, had a hand in our car losing power 70 miles an hour right by the site of where Area 51 happened. 20 miles north of Roswell, round where the alien crashed at, something took all the power away from the car. So, like, I really thought we're safe in cars like this, because when they do whatever they do, they can deal with us no matter what we're driving. Follow along in that story, but same thing. If we have some merch, follow along for the weekend. Thanks, guys. All right, first pass done. There's a GoPro in there somewhere. I did start the GoPro, but it is not there now, so we got to find it. It fell down somewhere, and it's still recording wherever it's at. But so I thought you would have had it on film, but then came to the stop, and literally it was smooth. It launched smooth. Was smooth. Then it started to rattle the tires, but it was perfectly straight. And then when it started to rattle the tires, then I just lifted, and I mean, it just coasted out straight. But then I came around and stopped, and I was out. You find the GoPro?
I found something a whole lot worse than a GoPro.
What's that?
Like this is behind your seat at the chassis bar. See how it's no longer connected to the chassis?
Oh. Gotcha. Huh. All right, we will update you on something we just found looking for the GoPro, but I guess I'll take you through. You have to pull that seat out of there. I guess I will take you through here. So that is our catch can, and I was, like I said, I came to a stop there and got out, and then the fans were on and everything, and then there was smoke billowing out of here. So then I looked underneath and saw the flame coming out of the catch can. So there was nobody down there at the end of the track. Pulled the front end off, and I tried to put it out with my jacket, and that did not, that didn't work. But then I saw there was a fire extinguisher, so I went and grabbed that, put that out, and luckily it looks like it should just be this adapter and then this line, which is actually our crankcase vent line. So that shouldn't be bad, but I think we may have found something worse, and we will update you here in a minute. Before I take you to that, let's at least talk to Aiden. How'd your pass go?
Jason said it was shaking the tire a lot, killing the tire. He said raise the tire pressure, but I don't know, I was going straight, and then not really paying attention. I saw a cone and let out. It was like the 330 cone, not the 8th, but
Did you turn off your air bottle?
yeah.
What did it 60? Like where's
127.
Which
So
seems like
slow.
that's, what was it, 60 and before?
Well, the 5 was the 519 or whatever was a 119.
Gotcha. All right, so 60 foot off. I'll show you mine. I mean, that's before I guess I show you the other part. I don't know where I put it, but don't know if like the problem we have been having is with like the shakedown track, which we just wanted to get a hit off the trailer. See how it was. We do got liners, so we were going to put the liner wheels on it that will give it more stability down track, and then we're going to open up the bypass on the transmission more. But we don't get to that for a reason I'll show you in a second. But I mean, here's the time slip. So went out there. I mean, it launched straight. Everything felt good, but then it went into the rattle. I mean, 106 isn't. I mean, that's kind of where we've been on this conservative tune, is in that area with it. But then nice and straight. But then it started to wad the tire up. So when it did, then I just lifted and coasted out of it. You saw the fire part after, which is now of just minor concern. But here's what we have is that, and this has been happening for a while, but the GoPro actually fell down. It was mounted up here and it fell. So we were looking for the GoPro, and Aiden actually was looking behind the seat, and then he saw this. As you can see, literally, I mean, that didn't just happen the way that that's peeled, but and that is the top of the 4-link bracket. So I mean, the 4-link is basically trying to, at the back of it, it is trying to pull it away, and then at the bottom of it, it's trying to push it in. So this is the pull away, and it successfully pulled away. I mean, these welds definitely passed the test because these tubes are torn, and you can see where it's bounced against each other. So I don't know if some of this is the reason that we've been having that issue down track. With the rattle in the tires, it kind of seems kind of weird. I mean, it could just be this chassis flex, and maybe that's not why it's not showing up as bad in the G meter and stuff. But it's definitely it is definitely tore. So we are going to need to, that kind of ends this event with it. And it needs some repairs. So if it has any chance of getting the drag week, it's got to be tore apart soon. Get that fixed, plated, so that we can get the thing out there. I mean, our goal with stuff was to get out here and do some testing. Like, I mean, obviously we're running a race, but like this was testing that if everything went well, then it was tear it down, get everything ready for drag week. So 2 issues on the same pass. Well, the other issue, the 4-link, I mean, literally just by the grace of God did the camera fall down, and Aiden found that, because if that finished tearing off that 4-link bar, that would be catastrophe out there on the track. So definitely glad to find that, and we'll get it out there. And I really feel that Steve had something to do with it, because
Hey, whatever you have to do.
Us coasting down track, it was still going to be faster than that pig of yours.
It was not.
So
What'd you go? You went like a 459 or something, didn't you?
Yeah, the 100 miles an hour.
I had 2 spark plugs unhooked, and I still went 431.
So yeah, but that's on full bore.
No, it's
We're
2 spark
coasting.
plugs unhooked.
We're coasting. So Steve knew that he had nothing for us, so like he sabotaged
Whatever
it.
you got to do to justify your loss.
He was in there with a chisel, like just. But so yeah, so we went from being weird that there's just Aiden and I here today, and 2 cars. So we had Chuck actually help us out up at the starting line, and now I guess I get to help Aiden. And I mean, the thought pattern is whether or not do I figure out how to get this home and get the Durango down here. Don't know. I mean, I'm as tired of the Durango as you guys are, but that's a car at least. And the car that I was so happy to be in this weekend and getting this stuff ready now is dead on arrival. So we'll see what we do, but that's it for now. And yeah, Aiden will get up there. What are you gonna do next pass, Aiden?
Oh, raise the tire pressure, see what it does.
Are we gonna change those tires?
He said they have the other ones if need to or want to, but he said if we change them, it would help, or if we raise the tire pressure, it would help.
I say we change them. So I think that if we change them, then that gives us the best opportunity for what we want to do, rather than just screw around with these tires and make them work. I mean, I think maybe you bolt the other tires on and then they just work. All right, to be continued. We just got called to the lanes. 2.0, we got the broken chassis. I can drive it to lunch. I mean, that's all the freaking thing's good for right now. And then Aiden had an issue with fuel pressure dropping about 5 PSI yesterday on the pass. So because this thing's at such the edge of what it can do, put his injectors to like 115% duty cycle, so we know that's not good. He did get new front fuel filters for it, so did that. Those got overnighted from Summit, thanks Summit. So those got here today, put that in. We did check right now, so he's actually gonna miss this pass, but pulled out the fuel pumps in the back. So that, what are you doing, Aiden?
We're checking filters.
Well, both these fuel filters are good. They're the mesh fuel filters. Well, we don't know, because in the back he's got an eliminator pump and a A1000. The second one kicks on at 30% throttle. It's been good to this point, but does one of those pumps getting tired? Because the fuel filters look good. We did raise base fuel pressure up a couple pounds to hopefully compensate it for it, but I do not know if he's going to be able to make this round with it. So we'll see. But I mean, that is our shit show or whatever at the time here at Norwalk. Just trying to go through some stuff, and like I said, we are going to do we're going to do lunch after this round before the next round, so going to place up the road. All right, we're getting ready to go to lunch, so we got got the cars lined up, the rest to go in. All right, so when we do these shootouts, we do them a little different. We make sure that they're streetable to the minimum ability. We take them out for lunch in between qualifying rounds. So we got 5 of the cars over here at lunch. What's awesome about it too is like all 8 cars in the shootout are parachute cars, so they all got the parachutes hanging off the back. So makes it, I guess, even cooler when, especially in a downtown area like this, where they're all parked like this, like right on the side of the road, is all those parachutes hanging out into the street. You got Steve over here. And then you got 2.0, which I can drive it on the street, just can't race it right now until we get that chassis fixed. Kind of tight timeline with that so that we can try and get that squared away before and still make it to make the drag week if we choose to do. But
Oh, here, you want me to get it now? I got your stuff. Oh.
she's got your stuff.
Oh, you want it now? Yeah.
So go enjoy yourself some lunch at the Wonder Bar. Obviously I'm not up here because of the chassis. Steve's got something with his transmission, so he's going to pull the transmission. Aiden's got it turned down to just 10 pounds of boost. We want to make sure that that it is what we think it is, and it's a fuel pump not keeping up. After this run, I'll pull the fuel pump out and go pull the one out of the Durango. Alright, that's it for the cars that went on that one. We'll get back to Aiden's fuel pump out and send him on his way to Michigan. We are here with Jacob picking up his Holden Ute that he just won by grabbing some merch off the merch site. So I'm telling you, go to the merch site, buy some merch, because right now you can win this gasser. 62 Nova gasser, a blown big block and the blower sticking out of the hood. There's nothing better than that. I have 3,000 miles on this car. This is ultra reliable and you can have it. Go to sickthemag.com, grab some merch, and this could be yours, just like Jacob won this Ute. Did you win the Ute, Jacob?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I
he did.
appreciate it.
So, and he's driving it home. We really give this stuff away. You can take this home and $5,000 in cash, and same as Jacob. You can fly in, drive this thing home, unless you're a wussy and you're afraid to drive it. Then you can trailer it home. This is a street car though, not a race car, not a track car. It's got a roll cage so it goes down the track, but you drive it to the track and then race it. Don't be a wussy. sickthemag.com. So Aiden drove last night and got the 10 gallon per minute fuel pump out of the Durango, and he's got that in, made a new fuel line for it, eliminating that pump, getting everything wired in to be able to test with it, or so we can see if his car will return enough for that 10 gallon a minute pump. We're hoping that that's the easy solution for it. But we do have the 2.0s over by the merch trailer.
You can wait until after touch the racetrack up a little bit too. I don't want you to miss any wheel standing Coco action.
We did take 2.0 to lunch yesterday, so that is fine as a grocery getter, but unfortunately it's not a race car until we get that chassis fixed. That'll be, Bobby will be on that next week. So, but Hey, good time in Norwalk. Beautiful day, and hey, we're just hanging. So what's the story, Aiden?
New pump is in. That's it.
Is that the only story you got?
Yeah.
All right, so he's got the 10 gallon per minute pump, the Aeromotive brushless steel out of the Durango, plumbed in there, like wired in, plumbed in. Our issue, we set the base fuel pressure, so we're able to, at the pump on low, because these are a 2-speed pump. On low, it is no problem. We set the base fuel pressure, which is 46 on this car, and he manually kicked it into high. Well, it does take it up to 60, so we're gonna have an issue with it, and our problem is this. We got a dash 8 return out of the rail. We got a dash 8 return to the back of the car. So literally we have a plumbing restriction. He set it up to where it won't kick it into high speed until it has more than 5 pounds of boost, more than 30% throttle. So it's gonna be fat. It's not this isn't the permanent solution, but it should get us through. It'll run fat down there, so he's gonna go out with it and just make like a 330 hit. We'll look at it because there's gonna have to be corrections because we have way too much fuel at boost because everything's gonna be very fat, but fat's better than lean. And yeah, we'll just pick away with it after that and see if we can get the compensation better to try and deal with that fuel that's coming in there. And once again, it went to 60 sitting here idling. That is not gonna be the case when the demand for fuel is up. So we're not sure what that number is. Obviously with the boost reference, it should be adding 1 pound of fuel pressure for every pound of boost. So it's at 46, so we should be at 71, 72 would be ideal situation. We were already running out of fuel pump before, so even on boost, it had lower fuel pressure than it should. So we will see. I mean, did we open a can of worms? We did, but the opposite solution was you put it like 2.0 and just make it to a street car for the weekend and deal with it at the shop when we can actually fix things correctly. So this is the best Band-Aid solution for him to be able to run. And we will see how it all turns out. All right, cars are in the lanes for the last qualifier hit before we start elimination. We do the chip draw. So.
Based on what I'm looking at, cookies and cream and butter pecan and cashew would also be a pretty solid investment. It's only $3 a pint. Go over and grab yourself.
Who are we missing, Kyle?
Tell them I sent you. Don't get a
Me. You're missing you. I was gonna say. I think we're all.
I guess
here.
we're one car down. That'd be me.
I'll take
Morning,
that
Rick.
competition by. Good morning.
So Steve broke a throttle body on his engine, so I took a running driving car, granted can't race it because of a broken chassis, and robbed the throttle body off. So Steve could make the next round. So now we got to push it. So I did turn it around, that way it'll be easier to push it backwards and roll it into the trailer. But now it no longer runs, drives, and has a broke chassis. But Steve is installing the throttle body right now on his car, so he can get his car up and running. So there's the throttle body that used to be on my car. You took a running driving car that only had a broke chassis,
It only had a broke chassis.
That's it.
and now it doesn't run and drive anymore.
I was just completing. All I was doing is completing process, so it went in the trailer.
So for
not
sure it
running.
was broke. So for sure it was broke.
It's totally not
So-
running now.
So it was the same bolt pattern, even though it's different.
Yeah, smaller one, but it's alright.
All right, so here's the pairings. You got Rick's got the solo run.
So critical to get on.
You got Camaro versus Mustang.
But you don't want to feed on it too much because you can lose that small tire.
Mustang versus wagon.
Once you get in the car going, that's the tough part. But even then, you got
And then the two wagons battling it out.
at the same time. The other thing about that class, folks, is interesting.
Aiden gets a whole shot win, 524 to a 523. Battle of the wagons here. Broke. Hey, he's broke. Aiden, you ready for Chuck today?
Yeah.
What are you doing special? Just going. The fuel pump issue did take care of itself. That was proven yesterday with it. So it has the fuel pump out of the Durango right now, and Aiden's got plenty of fuel pressure. And hey, just open up the top of the tuning window because it was almost out of injector, out of everything. But hey, get some more fuel pressure, and right?
Yep.
Sky's the limit for the little LS. All right, semifinals getting ready to go. You got Rick and Bob. You got Aiden and Chuck. Then you got Mustang versus Camaro is the bonus run there. These two actually are just doing a fun run, not in contention for the win. It's between these two. So the winner of Aiden and Chuck faces the winner of Bob and Rick for the finals. Ready for Chuck, Aiden?
Yep.
Yep. Good to go. All right, Rick spun it to hit, so easy for Bob. Aiden treated him, but he had nothing for Chuck with the 485, 157. So, but looked good. He had him on the tree, did what he could do. All right, here's the finals: Chuck and Bob. Nice pass, 476. Good job. Good job. You have a caliper stuck. How'd that go, Aiden?
That's so good.
So when Aiden was backing up, all of a sudden it like locked up, but at the same point I saw a trail of shavings as he was backing up. He had a caliper bolt come out, so well, it's in place right now, but like that top caliper bolt, so going forward it was pushing it on, but when he backed up it was grinding. So there's a caliper bolt somewhere, but good find is what it is. So but Chuck wins, beats Bob, and we get this stuff loaded to get out of here.